Now we can to continue. Mm. And in the sutta perspective, the view is that of the, of course, great supreme emptiness, or you can to say it's like in the according to Mahayana's perspective, they are the view is that three great systems or three views, three great views, three great views. We say it's like a longer connect to the two accumulations, the view, and then it's a short path related to the face of the true creation and perfections, and then is the swift path view. It is cutting through, leap over, or you say the primordial purity and spontaneous present. And these like three are the like a great view according to the great systems. Then we say it's like okay, Mahayana, and the longer follower Mahayana is more Sutta's perspective, and it's also quite it's a longer term, longer journey. But why it is a Mahayana? Because it's like a fully generated bodhicitta, fully to have realization of the supreme emptiness. And this is connect the conduct. It is the true accumulation merit. Of course, there are the 80 unexhaustible Mahayanas path, that 80 unexhaustible Mahayanas path of factors. This inside the like included 37 practice of Bodhisattva, or 37 practice of the enlightenment. It is like more common, Shavaka, Pachika Buddha, according like a path. But of course, there is different another Mahayanas, and even the Suttayanas, Mahayanas. The principle most important conduct. It is the six transcendent. And the six transcendent, for example, and in the conduct perspective, then it's like we're talking about accumulations. Maybe in the wisdoms, really the point of view of the wisdoms, it's like kind of the go beyond the accumulation and not accumulations. Maybe absolute perspective. But in the relatively, and we're talking about accumulations. Accumulation, it is the the process of the purification mind and the process of the clean up the mind. And through your meditation or what you do. And then it's like a six transcendent, Persian truth, six transcendent. And Yimbas, generosity, certain discipline, Zopas, patience, Zund, diligent, something, meditative concentration, Shirab, wisdom. Then it's like 5 paramatas. First paramata, it is like more merit, accumulation merit. And it is like more you can to say is more related to the body, verb, of course, mentally, like connected to the 10 positive actions, and such kind of the benefit, like immediately. And it's accumulation of the merit or merit or merit. And the sixth one is the wisdom. It is the accumulation of wisdom. This true accumulation merit, true accumulation merit. If we can to easily to say, and one is like you doing some positive things, like virtual things, and virtual things you doing through your physically or belongingly or the belonging things, and virtues. This is a kind of your materials, your belongings. You are the owner of your own body, not others' body. And you are the owner of your own belonging, is you are not others' belonging. And you are the owner of your virtues. And then you own these 3 things. Then these 3 things you want to spend only for you. It's the Shavaka Pachika Buddha's ideas. I want to use my body for benefit only me, myself. I use my belongings benefit for only myself. I want to use my virtue to myself. I did some virtues, may these virtues become me, happy, be enlightenment, me, I am. Then you are not, anyway, you are in the not Bodhisattvas families, because you automatically, the natural machines decided. It is like this, you like mark, like a kind of the post office, and there is the car reader, make joke. And all the posters, the letters put one machine. The readers, they recognize all the different countries. And then the machines is divided, everything's where you sending. Like this, you mark the only concern yourself, but you say, I'm a practice Mahayana. No, you are not Mahayana. Automatically Anayanas. Then it's like you are be in your body in the Mahayana path, but you are Hinayana, Vinayana, Hinayana. Like same as the word of my perfect teacher at the beginning says, there is talking about the 3 defects of the pots. If your body is attended in the teaching place, but your mind is not there, then exactly the same you are be there or not different, not different. Because mind need to listen to body cannot listen teachings. Exactly like this. You be in the says, I'm in the Mahayana Guru, I want to practice that, but your attitude is the same, not like and more higher than the Shavakapachika Buddhas, automatically Hinayana. Then you are like, oh, Hinayana there is, but not yourself is Hinayana. Then you cannot to say it's others Hinayana. Something they criticize, or that group is not group, yourselves become that. Then you and the mind, your attitude is, no, my belonging is my own body. I want to spend for benefit for sentient beings. Make generosity, practice patience, practice like taking the discipline, follow up the discipline, practice patience, diligent, meditative concentrations, benefit for other sentient beings. And then you using your body for the other's perspective. Then even you say, oh, I'm in the path of the Hinayana, then you are the Mahayana. You are not anymore Hinayana. And also same as like this. And how do you say it's patient and other all like the how do you say it's all, or it's like belonging things. Okay, body is like this. My belonging, my positions, I want to make a kind of benefit for others. Virtues also is like I want to others benefit. You dedicated. And belongings is as much as you can to do some generosities. And also like this. Then it's like you are, even you are in the path of the Hinayana, but not, you are the Mahayana. Maybe externally you are Hinayana, but you are not Hinayana, Mahayana. For example, sometimes in India, there is many Hindu practitioners, sadhus. They go to retreat. Finally, they become the Buddhism. They totally follow the Buddha, but externally they are looks like Hindu practitioner, sadhu. Inside, absolutely. Like for example, holiness they create in the Varanasi, the university, Buddhist university. Then there's not much good teacher, difficult. But holiness says, oh, there is one, the Hindu sadhu. Can you invite it? Some Tibet people was very much shocked. Hindu masters need to come to in the Buddhists, the so-called need to teach us. It doesn't matter. And they invited, but he inside absolutely is he studied all Buddha's teachings. Like sometimes this sort of, it's you are Hinayana or the Mahayana, totally depends on your attitude and conduct. And like this, then is like you are the Mahayanas, your view is the like totally, when you analyze the body, sensation, mind, phenomena, totally realize the non-existence of the both self-identities, personal or the phenomena. Your high view, you realize that really the main the feature, dimension, reality of the phenomena. And there is like phenomena, there's no coming, no going. And the Nangachuna said, no past, no future, no present. The essence nature of the phenomena is like this. Unmistakenly, you realize that then your meditation on the views completely non-conceptual, because there's nothing dualistic, exist or no existence, emptiness not emptiness, just in the middle, not jumping, middle. Therefore we call the middle view. And then it's like more fantastic. This one is like you holding, this is the such profounder accumulations. Why you say accumulation, merit? Merit means virtue. The sources of the good. It can purify or to make really mind is a fantastic. Because immediately mind to make calm. Why? Because dualistic mind disappeared, mind is no busy. Mind come totally free from the busyness. Because dualistic perspective, there is hope, fear. Hope and fear. Then is thinking samsara, nirvana, enemy, friend, family, you, me. Then is there is the countless idea, confusions. Then ignorant. Then is the blah 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 blah. Like this, do you have this Mahayana's view? Maybe you can to say in this perspective, great Suta's perspective, the Mahayana's view, it is the unification of the luminosity, the unification of phenomena and emptiness. In Tibet, non-ton songjuks. Noma is appearances, Tomba is the emptiness, Songju is unification. That's a view. And appearances is empty, emptiness is appearances. Appearances are the not different emptiness, emptiness not different appearances. And these are like kind of actually is the single road. And the single road, single source, single like kind of the basis. This single it perspective, there is a no different, but a little bit kind of the expression is different. But expression, maybe you are the kind of in the morning singer. You carry a guitar and you are like kind of singing. You are musicians, singer. In the evening, you are dancer, ballet dancer, wearing ballet costume. In the like a kind of the stage, you are so elegant. You are only is like standing in the front feet, and you are the ballerina or ballet dancer. Huh? Ballerina. Okay, you have two names, but one person. It doesn't matter. Morning you are singer, but you. Ballet dancer, you. There's no different expression a little bit. Therefore, it's the any luminosity or you say the emptiness. And this like kind of the basis is not different. Therefore, Buddha he said, form is empty, empty is form. Empty is not different form, form is not different emptiness. In Tibetan, this name is Tonye Yuyur. Zu tombanye, tombanye, zu li tombanye, yen mayan, tombanye li yon zu yen mayan knows. In the Heart Sutta. And that when you say like this, sometimes says, luminosity or the appearance is empty, like this. Inside or outside, same or different, looks like different, but your hand. Behind your hand, inside your hand. Just outside is a little different experience. Exactly the samsara nirvana, base is the same. No different, no different. That realizes that the mind is free from samsara and nirvana. Totally. This is the first great view of the systems. Great view first. That is in the Sutta perspective at the Sutayanas Mahayana. And Sutayanas Mahayanas, of course, 80 unexhaustible, there's a Mahayana's path, Param, so on. It is also the basic foundation of the like a short path or sweet path. Same, but view is a little different. And the more fast path, you already said, more fast path, connect to the two phase, creation phase and dissolution phase, Shirim and Zorm. And this view is great view. Now you don't call the Sutayanas Mahayana. It's the Mahayana of the Mantrayana. Mantrayanas. Creation's phase. Creation means you transform. Yesterday we said transformative. Powerful transformative vehicles. Transformative vehicles, last two you come to say. And connect to the pure perceptions. Like when you are practice generation stage. Everything is you are like kind of the transformative of form as deity. Sound is the nature of the sound of the mandala, mantras. Mind is the samadhis. And sometimes you have the view aspect of the dissolution, completions it. And like a kind of the representative emptiness. And that is like a unifications. Creation also is the dissolution. Dissolution is the creation. Dissolution is not different than the creation. Creation stage is not different than the dissolution. Same as we says the before. And creation's phase is accumulation, merit of the merit. Dissolution or confliction is the merit of the wisdoms. That is like a kind of powerful, transformative. Immediately you transform into the Pure Land, deities, and you says you don't need to wait in long times. Just like right now you want to transform all the sentient beings into the Buddha. You have these pure perceptions, view, pure appearances, enhance pure complexions. That is maybe one life, two life, three life. Can to be enlightenment possible. And then it's like the highest, the Mantrayanas, Mahayanas, great third view and a great powerful transformative vehicle. And we call the swift path. And practice the great view of the unification of cutting through, leap over, or primordial the purities and the spontaneous present. Understand the essence nature of the luminosities. And also it's like sometimes also luminosity itself. no conceptualizations. Maybe it's like a little bit gradual or instantaneously. But you can to bring from your practice path, you bring this view into your path to practice direct. This discovered, this picture is your result, liberations, Buddhahoods. When you be in the path, you practice the unification, united of the picture of primordial wisdom and of primordial purity and spontaneous presence. That picture is when you meditate, or it's like kind of perception into your mind. Of course, in the relative, maybe it's this, but this relative itself is just that one, is nothing you need to change. One is manifested. It's like a kind of, we can take example. One is like you say the tashi. You want to see tashi. And first teacher showing you the tashi's picture. You saw the tashi's picture. This picture is exactly the tashi. Of course, in the relatively says pictures may be taken yesterday. Tashi still there is the like process of the old age. There's maybe different. Yeah, that is true. But with this is example. But when this picture is coming, maybe picture itself is transformed into the tashi. Transformative. You don't need to witness something. Like very fast means you don't need to do something go. The picture itself, first you look at picture, the picture itself is transformed into the tashi itself. And then it's like a kind of during the meditation you first to the picture, it looks like picture, okay, that moment. Maybe you can to say it, but itself is like become the tashi. Then is what you saw the picture is transformed picture. Pictures you talk to you, like kind of a become tashi. They're not different, just to be alive. Transformative, you kind of thinking about picture of your Buddha nature. The thinking itself is like kind of transformative, like a powerful transformatively. Chant this one. That is. Then it's like we say it's like, how do you say it? The path of the Buddha nature, ground Buddha natures emerged is the same thing. The merged means that's like this. The ground, the basic Buddha natures there. During the path you meditate Buddha nature. Then they are coming some place to merge. This is very funny things. Nothing there is merged. Just means this picture is transformed into. Then picture is not different than the tashi itself. Tashi itself is not different than the picture transformed. Then it's like this is more fast, more quickly. And like this, in the suttas perspective, you call your result is the Buddhahood. Buddhahood. This is according to the suttas tradition. The union level of Vijaydhara according to the Mantrayan tradition. That is the Mahayana, longer path, quickly, for example, short path, swift path. Each path has a view, this great view. Each one is quite Mahayana, profound. But in the decadent times, there is such different conditions. Our death process maybe is easily to impact us. And then we are look at these three choice in the Mahayana. All of them is a fantastic. You can't say, I can't practice. But it's a longer ones a little bit, in the sentient beings difficult to say. You can't say it's like your mother's child just crying, hungry. Mom, can you give me food? Mother says, shut up a little bit. And I'm like preparing for you good things. Go to in the kitchen, blah, 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 maybe 2-3 hours. Child may be hungry to die. And some mother said, yeah, just a moment, it's quickly to done to give. Maybe some great mothers is like the child almost no need to crying. Just yes, I'm here, darling. I'm holding you. Like this. It's child itself perspective, but mother's perspective, you go longer, middle, like faster. Any perspective, mother love to child. Of course, Mahayana's practitioners love to the children of the sentient beings. That is completely, no doubt. But one is like a little bit longer. Yes, great motivation of bodhicitta, conduct, vast, deep, profound, beneficial conduct. But according to sentient beings, they are in the hell, hungry ghosts, animal, human, demigods. They need quickly your help. You be enlightenment. How many candle you can to liberation to the others? And therefore, you should to be quickly to be enlightenment. Then you say, I want to be quickly enlightened for the benefit for the sentient beings. Then you want to follow the sweet path. When it's a sweet the path, we follow the swift path. Of course, we need spiritual friend. Therefore, they combine us. When you follow the like fast, quickly path, you need to combine the spiritual friend. And also, it's a longer path. Of course, there is need to spiritual path, the spiritual friends. And then it's like anyway. In the short, we can to say the sources of the good consistent with the liberation of the great vehicle. These are like them. And there are, like in the briefly, this source of the good, very vast or small. It doesn't matter. That are the accomplished with the determination to be free from the samsara. It's exactly the same determination to be free from. It's renunciation. Same Shavaka, Pachika Buddha, Bodhisattva, but this is Bodhisattvas more concerning to the sentient beings. Determination to be free, sentient beings, not me, only me, no. And you concerning I want to liberate to them, liberate. I'm what happened. That is the intention or it's an attitude. Do you understand that? Yes. With the wisdom that release the absence of the any truly existent self in the individual of the any truly existence I think in phenomena and self both. There is like kind of the in the self perspective there is nothing kind of substantially existence. Totally emptiness. Emptiness means normally empty, we use these terminologies, is not very good. Why? People think it's empty, it's nothingness. But this, the essence nature of the realities, there's no example. The example only emptiness or space, sky. That's all. Which kind of example? Because it's not positive, not negative, not samsara, not nirvana, not good, not bad, not dirty, not clean. Then what you can to say? Of course, it's combined with the Buddhist bodhicitta. Wonderful. And then I say it's like we choose which one is chosen. Of course, in the longer term, it's we can to say there's so long time as one is you like a kind of the causal vehicle, causal Mahayana vehicle of characteristic vehicle. That one is like a kind of the long vehicles, maybe 3 countless kalpas, a vast ocean of the completion. There is the 3 things: completion, maturation, training. This is like kind of the process. When you're doing the accumulation merit, there is completion, maturation, training. Completion in Tibet, Dzog, maturation is Yong is the purified training. Complete maturation and training during the 3 countless eons. And there are the, of course, in the 7th Buddha's aspiration, very easily the meaning of completion, maturation, training. This is a prayer of the good actions is 7th Buddha's aspiration. There it says there the infinite sentient beings to mature. That is in the prayers the first maturation. You need to make the maturation of the infinite of the sentient beings. And then it's like infinite Buddha field to tame. To tame this, to tame. What does it mean? And like a field, to tame means like kind of the purifying. For example, Buddha field. We are in the field of the Buddha Shakyamuni. And this is like kind of we need to tame, to purify it. To tame it is that this. Then it's like kind of infinite Buddhas. Like this is the completions. Completion means infinite Buddhas to please it by the making offering, without over disappoint them. Infinite of the 2 accumulations of completed. That is the completed. We say in the according the text, complete, maturation, training. Complete means limitless infinite of the Buddha we offered to make pleasant. According that you completed to accumulation merits. Sometimes maturation means limitless sentient beings you maturated. And train means is like the infinite of the Buddha's feel. Feel means is the manipulant. and to pure. This is like a kind of we need to know about them. Sometimes you say it's complete maturation, tame. It's what does it mean? Next time is not to ask it to me, okay? You can to read this the aspiration, good actions. Aspiration, good action. Sometimes also you call it is the seventh butter's aspiration. Seventh butter's aspiration, true, yes. One is like the Gompa central one. The Honoso Tamchik, Korndi Tamchiks. Okay. Other one is say pray, good actions. And like this, then it's a fantastic coding like this. And then it's like afterwards we will attain the perfect Buddhahood. Perfect Buddhahood. No residues. Residues, or how do you say it? Residue. There is the perfect arhat, like without residue arhat. Therefore, you don't like, there's no ATMs. You be enlightenment through you. This truth like this accumulation merit. You done 5 path, bhumis, and you in the after the 10th bhumi, there's one moment. Then there is like your one moment. In the 11 bhumi means it's the no more learning path. You be enlightenment, and then it's like a Buddha. But sometimes in this moment you keep that, maintain that. Then you are like they go beyond the birth, old age, sickness. But you kind of take the bodhisattvas like form, like a Machushar Avalokiteshvaras. You master your mind like this. Then that is the longer one, yes, longer path. 3 countless years, what you did, you done complete maturation training, and like kind of completely you complete maturate and tame. What is the complete? What is the complete? Accumulation merit. Coding that means it's like infinite Buddhas. You make offered like kind of made pleasant. And you completed 2 accumulations. That's complete. Maturation, sometimes you maturated to infinite sentient beings. Tame means it's like you tame, purify, to tame. It's like feel of the Buddha's field, feel Buddha's field, Hinkam. And that is like very nice. They're like this. Then in the short path, and it's what is the like kind of the short path of the Vajrayanas, Mantrayanas. That is on the other hand, Mahayanas, middle way. We say is the short path. One is the mature true empowerment. Outer empowerment, inner empowerment, secret empowerment, very secret empowerment. According to empowerment to make the maturation. And then is like a kind of that is the first place. And you need to receive all the empowerment. And according the outer center, Kriya, Urpa, and Yoga, so on. And then it's like you keep perfectly or specific samayas, perfectly, purely. And then you can to reach three like kind of families. Triya, Upas. Triya is, I think, is 3 families. And Kriya's 3 families. Triya, Upas, 5 families. What does it mean? You know, the 5 families of the Buddha. Like a kind of the Vajrasattva and Renasambhava Buddha, Karma Buddha, and Pema Buddha, Berotsana Buddhas. There's 5 Buddha families. In the Triya's perspective, they're only the 3. And then is Upa is the 3, but also connect to the yoga. Yoga is the perspective, there is a result. Like kind of the 5 Buddha families. 5 Buddha families. And you can do Buddhahood through this. Maybe 3, 5, or 7 human lifetimes can become the enlightenment. Maybe it says Vijaydhara's level, same as the Buddhahood. That is wonderful. This is the more like kind of, how do you say, middle path? How do you say, fast or quickly or short? And this is the short path. And then is that we have the swift path. Wow, swift path is like a Mahayana divided to Mahayana, Mahayana's Mahayana, Mahayana's Mahayana, then is Mahayana's Mahayana, Mahayana's Ani-yoga, Mahayaga's Ati-yoga. Basic Mahayoga is outer tantras belonging. Extraordinary Mahayoga means Mahayoga's Mahayoga belong the inner tantras. Inner tantra is the Mahayoga's Mahayoga, Ani-yoga, Ati-yoga. These 3 are the inconceivable and fast, very fast. We call the swift path. Of course, rapidly factored entrance to the mature, like kind of like the empowerment, exactly the same. Need to receive empowerment, but maybe you don't go through the outer empowerment, inner empowerment, maybe secret empowerment. Maybe only there is the 4 empowerment. Body, maybe like, okay, body, speech, mind, precious word empowerment. This kind of 3 empowerments, then, and a kind of course, you kind of the related rule and like kind of the discipline perfectly, you're like kind of samayas purely, and there is the then you can to practice this according the three inner centers connect to the generation phase related to the skillful means, generation state, skillful means, and the perfection phase, and that is the relate to the wisdom accumulation or the wisdoms. Can accomplish the level of the Vijaydhara in a single human lifetimes, that you can like kind of the through this. It's a wonderful, and this is like kind of swift path. There's a very, very swift path. Very swift path, yes. It's follow up the great, powerful transformative vehicle. Radiant of the is the great and great perfections. That is we need to follow up. Empowerment, liberate or unliberate. And it's like kind of a liberation's empowerment, same as the general for secret inner empowerment, and very secret empowerment, unliberated, maybe just one word. And of course, to coordinate the empowerment, to keep the perfectly samaya, coordinate your own individual peerless spiritual friends, never against it, the spiritual friend's body, speech, mind. And the path is related to the alpha purity and leap over, or spontaneous present, or maybe it's like kind of leap over. You can to say is in Tibet, Gadak and Techut, and alpha purities cutting through, spontaneous present, and leap over, toggle. And then it's like you don't need to depend the year, month, and time. Very much swift path, like kind of the very short put into the practice monthly or week, just one maybe second. You will be enlightenment. Like this. Then now it is like maybe we can do a little bit more elaborated these three path. Yes? And according to your book of the 9 vehicle. And the 9 vehicle is now you like third one is the vehicle of the Bodhisattva. You have this one, yes? Your own book. vehicles. The Bodhisattva's yana, it is the part of the Mahayana that belong to the vehicle of the characteristics. That is, you understood now. Okay? Generally, is the vehicle of the characteristics include Shavaka, Pachika Buddha, Bodhisattva. But this is a Sutta perspective and Tantra's perspective. There is. It is the Samba teaching. Samba tepa chimbus. Samba sam shonship samp tepa. The vehicle of the Bodhisattva. And this Tibetan, but the one I'm reading in English. Says the Bodhisattva is Shonship Samba Yana. Shonship Samp Tepa. Yana is Tepa. Is the part of the Mahayanas belonging to the Tikonsdavas. They belonging to the vehicle of the characteristics. The vehicle of the characteristics. The vehicle of the characteristics. The when we are divided the Sutta and the Tantras, and the Sutta perspective we call the vehicle of the characteristics, included modern vehicle, Hinayana's vehicle of the Shavaka Pachika Buddha, and Bodhisattva's vehicle. It is included in the vehicle of the characteristics. It is called the vehicle of the Bodhisattvas because once it has been entered, it has the power to lead someone to great enlightenment. It's wonderful this in English. You have your own book, what you behind to look, V. You have your own book. And to look your own book, then I need to close, I want to put in the front of me, okay? If you look there, and you have your own book, you become the lazy and to go there, and then I'm disturbed. And you have your own book, yes? You have or not? And then you have book, you have friends. Why you need, you have iPad? iPad you have? Then why you don't bring? That's it, you put inside. Why you need to in the telephone? And like this is maybe it's better. This if you look behind, I'm close to the project. Tomorrow I put in the telephone on my front. Okay. And because it's like you look that, and then it's they reading this, and it's maybe it's a course maybe not very good. You can to read in the front of your book, then you precise. Okay. I hope it's like others also you have this book. And here it says like enter it has the power to lead someone to great enlightenment. It means it's like they have such a powerful like kind of the ideas in order to lead to other sentient beings into the enlightenment in the Buddhahood. They say it's Buddhahood because it's like kind of the domain of the experience, the vast terms of it is the extensive, skillful methods. Tabjachiva. Extensive, skillful means. And they can, there's many Mahayanas, there's entrance to the liberation path. Therefore we call this extensive, skillful methods as profound wisdom. And according to the wisdoms, they understand any aspect of the Buddha's teachings. They can use very easily because it is the brain about the benefit and the happiness to all other sentient beings. Because the brain about the benefit and happiness in the higher realm in the short term, and ultimately at the stage of the definitive good And because they carry one to the great and great quality as one of the progressive along the path of the stage. And then it's like through this, then it's called the vehicle of characteristics because of has all the characterize of path. And that is the direct course for the bring us about the ultimate fruition, which is the Buddhahood, level of the Buddhahood. This is a general explanation of the in the Sutayanas, Mahayanas path. And then afterwards we have there is the how do you say it's 5 steps, like kind of the entering point, view, meditation, conduct, and the result. And like this, maybe we can to stop 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes. Then we question, okay? Yeah. Can you close this?